If the idea of spending more time creating Instagram content makes you want to scream into the void, I want you to know that you don't need to post more. All right. You just need to post smarter. So the time you do spend on Instagram content brings in real buyers. I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that in this episode. Welcome to Mompreneur Mastery, where we build businesses, raise families, and skip the hustle that doesn't actually help. I'm Sydney O'Brien, certified Instagram strategist, mom of three, and your no-fluff guide to making more sales with content that's strategic, simple, and you can actually make in the small mom cracks of your day. Because Instagram shouldn't feel like a full-time job you're not getting paid for. If you're ready to stop posting just to stay visible and start sharing content that actually converts to sales and gets you clients, you're in the right place. All right, friends, before I dive in, I just want to kind of set the scene for you here. All right. It is 9:40 p.m., which is pretty much past my bedtime. Honestly, my dream day is being in a bed with my Kindle. Not even just with my Kindle, but my Kindle in its stand with the little turner thing attached. So I don't even have to take my hands out of the blankets to turn the page when I want to by 9 o'clock. That is my dream. All right. But today was just so super long. I spent the whole day with my kids, which is not unusual for me. We did homeschooling, we did errands, dishes, laundry, mowed the lawn, had a plumbing project, library visit, doctor's appointments, all the things. And I'm freaking tired. I'm so tired, but I also had this podcast episode on my to-do list, and I know you know that feeling. I know you do. It's a typical mompreneur feeling. That feeling of having done all the things, like all of them. But then you look at your to-do list and there's still a few that you missed. I hate that feeling. I hate it so much, but it honestly happens to me like every single day. Because even though I have all of these things planned out, this to-do list, and I do get a whole bunch done, something always pops up or it takes longer or something inevitably happens or I'm never going to finish everything on my list. It's unreasonable for me to constantly assume I will, because I don't think it's ever happened once, honestly. And because of that, because mompreneurs are so busy doing so many things, I know you know that means when it comes to content, especially Instagram, when we're able to spend time on it, we want it to get shit done, right? Like, I don't want to just put out posts just to post. I want to take what time I have and make it be so impactful so it actually helps me get sales, but also get it done as quickly as possible. That's kind of how I view everything on my to-do list, to be perfectly honest with you, unless it's like hanging out with the kids. But most things on my to-do list, I want to get it done as efficiently and like quickly as possible. I will even take shortcuts. I will take so many shortcuts, so long as it gets me the desired result. I do not care. That is also what I do with Instagram. I'm not interested in posting 3 times a day. I would rather have a plan to follow that finds the right audience, nurtures them, shows them I can help them, and leads them to buy from me. That's it. That's all I want. That's all I'm going to make. You don't have time for content that's just cute or hops on a trend or fills a spot in your feed. You don't have time for trends that might go viral. You don't have time to spend another 30 minutes filming and editing a reel and perfecting a caption that gets claps from your Aunt Patty and your mom's friend Karen that want to be so supportive, which we love. We love Aunt Patty and Karen. They're so super nice. But if they're not going to buy, they're not necessarily the followers we want on our list, right? We want people on Instagram who see our content and go, oh my gosh, this is for me. I feel so seen because those are the people that are going to convert into buyers, right? So this episode, it's for the you who is posting in the mom cracks of your day when you are so stressed and so exhausted, but you have marketing on your to-do list. So you're just doing what you can on Instagram in the time that you have. And I see you, okay? I see you, I get you, I am you. I just want to make sure that when you're posting in these mom cracks of your day, you're posting with purpose so it actually gets you the sales. So let's talk about how to attract followers that actually convert into buyers. Because once you understand what to post and how to make it hit for the right audience, you can stop guessing. You can stop burning energy you definitely don't have, and you can start seeing the results you deserve. Because the whole point of Instagram marketing is over time to bring your followers down what we call the buyer journey, okay? So they start as random followers. You build the engagement, you build the connection, you build the trust, and then you get the sale. But literally, none of those future steps work if at the beginning you are not attracting the right followers. So let's talk about how to do that. All right. So say you are finally out of your mom messy bun, the oversized t-shirt, the leggings, the typical Adam Sandler outfit. Honestly, I love a good Adam Sandler outfit. It is what I wear at least 85% of my time. I will not lie to you. It is one of my favorites, but when I don't do it, I'm obviously recording content. Like, not only am I recording content, but I am recording all the things the one time in several months that I look cute so I can use and reuse and cut it up and use it again in all the reels, okay? So if that's you, if you're spending all the time recording and editing your reels and you post it and you're feeling so proud, and then you go and play with your kids, you're doing sidewalk chalk drawings, you bring them to your neighborhood pool, I don't know, whatever you're doing. And you check back to Instagram later and it's got like 7 likes. And then you realize, you check out the insights and you open it up and realize it's your mom, it's your neighbor, it's your aunt, it's your mom's coworker, and that one person from Zumba. But you're not getting the DMs asking about your offer. You're not getting the clicks to your external links to your sales pages, to your lead magnets. You're just getting polite support, which is nice. Sure, absolutely. We love it. We love supportive followers, but it's not income, right? I've been there. We have literally all been there. Like, I haven't talked to every single one of you, but I'm very confident in saying we have all been there, and it is hard. And I will be honest, that is where like this internal doubt and our internal mean girl kind of creeps in and be like, are you doing the right thing? Are you actually worth the likes and the comments? And I want to be so clear here to shout over our internal mean girls. You are. Your work is important. Your content is worth the engagement that you are not currently getting. Don't feed into that negative bullshit. All right. So before you start going on this downward spiral of, am I just bad at Instagram? Am I wasting my time? Should I take a break? No, you don't have to. I mean, if you want to take a break, I'm never going to tell you to not actually take a break if that is like what you know is best for you and your mental health, because your mental health is worth a million times more than Instagram. Okay. But if you're spending time on Instagram already, I just want to make sure you're spending it in the right way. So I'm going to share a truth with you that kind of changed things for me and changed things for my clients. It is not about doing more. It is about doing it strategically, because content that is built to convert does not need to be constant. Okay? It needs to be clear, it needs to be intentional, and it needs to be targeted to the right people. You need to be posting with intention to get those results. I don't want you to waste time on your content and not get the results that you should be getting. All right. Most of my reels, to be perfectly honest, get less than like 1,000 views. Like, you could literally go to my account and look at them. But I'm still getting new followers. I'm still getting engagement, and I'm still getting DMs from people asking about my offers or commenting that keyword that starts that many chat automation to get links to sales pages or lead magnets or whatever it is. It is not about vanity metrics. You do not have to have a certain amount of followers. You do not need to have a certain amount of views or have a reel go viral. You just have to have intention behind your posts and a strategy behind your whole plan of posts, right? And this isn't because I'm posting super flashy reels. I'm not. literally reusing the same content over and over, just cutting it up in different ways because like you, I am a mom and I am freaking busy. But the thing is, the way my content works is because it's created to make sure that my dream client feels like I was in her head and then I am handing her the exact next step that she needs to take. And that is the difference. That is the moment where your content starts working for you instead of you working for the algorithm, okay? Even when you're wiped, even when you're overwhelmed, even when your kid interrupts the end of your reel with some random fart noise or a Pokemon fact, both of these things definitely happened to me today. That's fine. And then you have to start over. So let's talk about how we make that happen, okay? Because it's not by crossing your fingers and your toes and hoping some random trending audio you decide to hop on when you're able to get you the 10,000 views that you need. Because again, we are not here for vanity metrics. We are here for actionable metrics. And the best way that I have found to do this for attracting the followers that actually buy is by using one of the newer features of Instagram, trial reels. Trial Reels was really created to test new content to non-followers who have the same interests as your current followers would be interested in the content you're posting to make sure that they're interested in it before you share it to your current audience, right? But as business owners, as strategic business owners who have zero time to spare, we are going to use it to increase our audience. We know that when we post a trial reel, Instagram is going to show it to non-followers that have a lot in common with our current followers. Now, if your current followers are not in your ideal audience, when you use trial reels, I want you to make sure you are using so many long tail keywords that Instagram knows to show it to the right people, okay? Make sure that happens so that you get the results you want. But when you use trial reels, you can create content that is built for new eyes and strategically designed to attract the right people that will very easily follow down the rest of the buyer's journey that you're creating with your content, right? So they end up converting into paying customers or clients, depending on your business model. So trial reels are reels that use keywords, like I said, that your audience is already searching. They address very specific pain points or desires, and they sound like something your ideal client would say out loud to their best friend at Target. And they work. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, Sydney, are you sure? I haven't heard great things about this new feature. No, but for real. Whenever I post a trial reel, I usually get a couple new followers, at least 1 to 4, and then at least one of them ends up buying from me within a week. Statistically speaking, that is like a very high conversion rate for Instagram. I cannot express that enough. If you are not using the trial reel feature to its full potential, you are seriously missing out because I know as a mompreneur, you do not have the time to waste on content that does not lead to actionable results. So do not sleep on this trial reel feature if you have it. I know not everyone has it yet, which of course is very stupid. It's been around for a very long time and Instagram needs to get their shit together. Instead of rolling out other stupid features with like threads DMing, they could probably focus on making sure everyone has trial reels, but whatever. I can only share what I know with you. And what I know is that when you post a trial reels and you follow certain formulas that include keywords and are so specific to your target audience, you can attract your super ideal followers that actually end up buying for you. This is not about being lucky. This is about finally aligning your content with what your audience needs and what they also search for. All right. You are a business first and you are on Instagram to get more sales and more clients. If you're spending so much time on this content and you're getting so discouraged and you're starting to think maybe you're the problem, maybe Instagram marketing just isn't for you, that's a red flag. That's a sign that we just need to get a little bit more aligned to make sure that we are focusing on actionable metrics here, okay? If you are spending more time scrolling for inspiration than actually talking to clients to sign them up for your offer, that is another red flag. But I totally get it because Instagram is definitely created for us to continue to doom scroll and doom scroll and doom scroll because the more time we spend on Instagram, the more ads we view and the more money that Instagram gets from people seeing those ads. But we want to get in, post what we need to get the sale, because Instagram can be worth it if you have the right plan. So let's talk about what that plan is. Because when you use trial reels to make sure you're attracting the people that actually follow through the buyer's journey that you're creating with the rest of your content, this is like a phrase people are going to be like, oh my God, she totally used ChatGPT for this. But it really is a game changer, because once you have people that are replying to your posts, like commenting on them, replying to your stories, talking to you in DMs, that is what makes it feel like the time and effort you are putting into Instagram marketing is actually worth it. And that only comes when you start attracting the right followers. And having the right targeted followers for your audience only comes when you're getting more strategic about it, because you could absolutely hop on a whole bunch of trending audios and like use all the visual hooks and the hacks and the tips to get more followers. But if you're not doing it in a way that is attracting your very specific targeted audience, what the heck does it even matter? They're not going to engage with your content in the future when you move on to future stages of your buyer's journey. They're not going to end up DMing you asking about your offer if it's not aligned. So it is much more important to focus on attracting your ideal followers who will end up actually buying for you. And trial reels has made a huge difference for both myself and my clients. The key is making it so specific. Like I said, you want to create content that makes your super specific target audience feel as seen as you did the first time you saw the back seat of Chili and Bandit's car in Bluey, with all the stickers and the crumbs and the toys. It makes you feel seen, like, oh my gosh, I'm not alone in this. I don't feel bad about this. It takes away the shame. It brings about the validation of the situation you're in. And then once you have that from there, as a business who is solving some sort of problem for your audience, you can show you get their problem from that content and you can show them the better way to solve it. But if you go into how to solve the problem without having the right people in your audience at first, it's not going to get the reaction you want. It's not going to get the DMs. It's not going to get the comments for more information. So you have to have that very beginning foundation starting point of super targeted audience that feels seen by your content. And if that is something you are struggling with, I would highly encourage you to check out my trial reels guide and formulas, which is built for busy, tired, done guessing mompreneurs who do not have time to waste, just like you. It's for the mompreneurs who want real strategy that sounds like you and connects like a conversation. It doesn't feel super forced. It doesn't feel like bro marketing. It's just, more focused on connection. Like, I get you. I've been where you are and I can help you get past it. And that is kind of what we want here. So there's a ton of examples and post formulas for how to post trial reels full of targeted keywords, long tail keywords that get you those followers that will actually convert into buyers instead of hopping on random trends, hoping for the best. If that is what you want, go ahead and head to the show notes and click on the trial reels guide and formulas link. You can grab it for literally only $17. So even if you get one follower that ends up converting, it pays for itself. And as always, if you have any questions, head over to Instagram and DM me. I am at socially.yours.strategist. And in the meantime, here is to finishing your coffee before your kids start a sibling argument that you have to mediate, and getting sales without having to sacrifice your firstborn to the algorithm.